right.
What's going to be your excuse if it doesn't record?
It is recording. It's definitely recording. I can see right up in the corner. You should be able to see it as well. Up in the corner, it says recording. Maybe
Okay.
that's not going to come through on the video, but
Oh yeah, sorry, it's recording.
yeah.
Shit. Oh wow, we actually are doing Lunchin with Shen.
We sure are. You'll have to stabilize your video, and there's like some glare in the window.
Okay.
Pull the curtain. Pull the curtain, or yeah, turn away from the thing.
Oh man, look dark now. Hold it. Let's go like this. Hello.
This is going to be gripping viewing, Nathan. We only had 3 hours for us to get that right. Hello and welcome to Lunching with Shen. Today I'm having lunch with Nathan. Nathan has already eaten, but I am having this happy fellow, which is 2 chicken pastries with apricot sauce and 1 healthy banana, plus a very healthy glass of Coke. And this is Lunching with Shen, featuring the undoubtable talent of Nathan Hedley. Nathan, welcome. Do you have any opening remarks?
Yeah, it's a podcast on the lockdown. What a sensational time.
Yeah, and not only you're also Lunching with Shen's first video podcast.
Yeah, I feel privileged now.
Real privileged. You should be. Nathan, I've prepared here a list of questions. What is the first question I have for you is, what is the one thing that you have not done that you really want to do?
Bungee jump. Bungee jump.
Really?
Yeah, I want to bungee jump. Hey, it looks real cool and real fun.
I went bungee jumping when I was 13, and
was it scary?
It wasn't scary until I was actually meant to jump. And they put the rope around you, and then they make you stand there. And I was like, oh, this is actually, I'm okay. And then they say, now bend your knees, and I bent my knees, and then they say now jump, and my knees wouldn't unbend, and so I just sort of stood there like this, and then I tilted forward, and just fell, and so it was like the most cowardly way of doing it. Luckily, I wasn't able I would have turned around and grabbed onto the ledge and be like, no, don't let me fall. I don't want to die.
Don't they push people off as well if they don't jump?
I don't know. I think those might be made up, but.
Okay. Imagine being pushed off.
I think they have a swing that maybe that would be more better.
Ah.
Or a massive zip line.
Where did you do it?
When I was 13. So about 30 years ago. It was still pretty new, and you were still allowed to go free if you went naked.
Shit, that's pretty cool.
Tell you what, though, I got a shirt with it, and the shirt lasted about 20 years, and I wore it all the time.
Heck yeah. And everyone was like, man, you went bungee jumping. What a cool, fun dude.
So are you a bit of an extreme sports person?
No. I just think bungee jump, I really want to do something that would get my endorphins up,
Okay.
Especially after this whole lockdown thing. You really would need to get those endorphins up.
You crave excitement.
Yeah.
What about a Zorb? Would you go on a Zorb?
What's a Zorb?
It's like the big ball that you go in it and you roll down a hill.
Well, heck yeah. I think after this, I'm going to invest in the Zorb and then
buy your own.
Go in the public and just walk around in the Zorb.
Don't just buy a big truck tire and have them roll you down in that, because that's it doesn't have padding at all. That's very dangerous and people die.
Wait, really? People die in the Zorb?
No, not in a Zorb. If they just roll down the hill in a tire.
Oh, shit.
If you get a big tire that you can fit into and just roll down the hill in that, that's some fucked up shit. You can really damage yourself.
Some fucked up shit.
Yeah, especially because once it gets up speed, it's bouncing and stuff, and then your head isn't like in a Zorb. There's a 2-foot cushion of air, but if you're just in a tire, then it's just you and your head meeting the ground and bouncing all around and stuff.
Yeah.
It's terrible, Nathan, but I can see you thinking that it might be the same. All right, my next question for you is, What is the most important thing you could do right now in your personal life? What do you think the most important thing you could do in your personal life is right now? Not like during this meeting, but like in the next, say during the lockdown. What would you like? What's your goal for the lockdown?
Be supportive, contact different people, keep myself busy, try and go for a walk.
And that's very Nathan, which is the most important?
What's the most important thing? I think just being supportive of everyone and definitely trying to reach out to people is probably one of the most best things people can do in their personal life and in my personal life. I think, especially during like times like these, it's pretty daunting for a lot of people.
Are you gonna like have a schedule of meetings and stuff? Are there people that you want to touch in with?
Yeah, yeah. Especially my parents and my family.
Nice.
People that are pretty good to probably touch on with.
Do your parents have the internet?
Yeah, they do.
And they're like, we had to get my mother going on Zoom the other day, and thank goodness my mother does woofing.
Yeah.
They have saying, and they have someone who's from Finland is enjoying the refreshing pause of a 1.5 liter 7-Up.
Yeah.
They have this lady from Finland staying who had stayed with them previously for 5 months, and then flights back to Finland were going to be like $27,000, and even then you weren't sure if you were going to get to actually make it across. And so she's staying, and she was able to set up Zoom on my old iPad 1, my first generation iPad, for my mother, which I'd given them for the lockdown.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And so now my mother can do our family Zoom meetings, but she's only motivated to come online if Charlie, my niece, is going to be there. She doesn't give a shit about her sons. She just only cares about Charlie, my niece.
How old is your niece?
Well, I said earlier that she was between 2 and 4 years old, but I'm pretty sure she's 4.
Okay. Shit. That's pretty cool. So if your niece isn't on, she's like, nah, I'm not going on, guys. Sorry, I'm busy.
Well, yesterday was our first family meeting on Zoom, and I decided to record that just for fun. And then my sister came on with Charlie, and Charlie was in the bath naked. And my sister was filming that. And then she goes like, oh, why is it saying recording? And I'm like, oh God, I'm making like child pornography. And then I stopped the recording and I didn't save it, or like I deleted it or whatever. I got rid of it.
Okay.
I got rid of it. So sorry,
I still find that
sickos.
Funny. Yeah. I still find that funny. That was a little bit funny. Like you're recording it and then accidentally forgetting when.
It was a awkward set of circumstances.
But I want to know why your sister was filming your niece in the bath naked in the first place. Like,
I think, well, it wasn't like one of Leonardo DiCaprio's French girls. Like Charlie was having her bath. I think when your parents, that stuff is cute, and you have to change a lot of diapers and stuff, so you get inured to nudity and feces and that sort of disgusting stuff.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That seems natural to you.
Yeah. Pretty fun times, I guess, in your family then. Did you apologize afterwards, or did you decide?
No, during. I stopped the recording. Kendra was like, "Why is it recording?" And I was like, "Oh God, yeah, I started that before you came on. Sorry, I just wanted to see what it did, because can you record like an hour and a half thing? Who knows?
Yeah,
we'll find out now, I guess.
Yeah.
Plus,
the more you know. The more you know, right?
That's right. So you can have Zoom meetings with your family, and then like your extended family can join it.
I gotta pay for it though, so I'll just be 40 minutes long.
No, they've extended it.
Oh wait, really? Cool.
Yeah, the free. Like we've been talking for more than 40 minutes, so I haven't paid for anything.
Oh shit! Heck yeah.
Yeah, and so I've got one scheduled for 3:00 today with my aunt and uncle as well. Hopefully they are able to get the email and able to check in
Hopefully.
with us.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nathan, I have something that's always interested me about you. What do you think the most valuable life lesson you learned from your parents is? Talking about family.
Valuable life lessons I learned from my parents. I think I learned life lessons from my dad. And that is always try to be hardworking and helpful and help other people out.
You seem very motivated to help other people.
Yeah. I think it's something that my dad always did when I was growing up.
Yeah?
Like being on the farm, he used to help out the church a lot by giving them free meat and stuff.
Oh, that's good.
My dad's always helped out his friends.
From New Plymouth?
Yeah.
And is that like a poorer region?
Not really. I think it's more like it's kind of mixed. It's like kind of mixed a lot. It just depends what part of your place you live in. I think it's like Christchurch.
But like, I guess was he doing home kills?
Yeah, he was doing home kills. He lived on a farm.
Sorry?
He's a dairy farmer, so
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, like, if you chop up a cattle beast, there's like way more meat than you can use yourself. So you'd be like selfishly motivated to give some of it away. It's like my feijoa tree. When that starts dropping, it's like dumping 10 kilograms of feijoas a day. There's no way I can fucking eat it all. So you're like, please take some of it off my hands.
I remember during feijoa season how you get bringing feijoas to gigs.
Yeah, I'm praying that they don't start dropping during the quarantine, or I'm fucked.
Yeah,
because it gives you diarrhea if you eat too many of them. But
wait, really?
I think so. Well, we're talking. You try eating 10 kilograms of anything a day.
We're on. Someone get me 10 kilograms of chocolate and I'll do it.
And there we go. I was talking to Ray yesterday, and after about 10 or 15 seconds, we started talking about some toilet stuff, and Ray made a point of how fast it happened. But you and I went for much longer than that. Let's make a heart, Nathan.
Yeah. Where's your thing?
Move.
Move this way?
Yeah. Make it smaller. All right, there we go.
Is that going to go on the Twitch comedy chat group?
No, it's part of the podcast, the Lunchin with Shen.
Okay, cool.
I'm surprised at how pliable this banana was. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you got a pretty good banana there.
All right, I've got a question for you.
Yeah, cool. Shoot.
And in a way, this is kind of a question for Meatloaf as well. What will you never do? What will you never do? Nathan, do you have any? Where do you draw the line?
I wouldn't kill a man.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't kill anybody.
Okay.
Also, I probably wouldn't be mean to someone.
Did you read The Crucible at high school, Nathan?
No. What's The Crucible?
It's a play about the Salem witch trials.
Hi.
Well, about that sort of time. And all of these girls, I can't really remember what happens, but basically there's this guy that gets put on trial, and they want him to do something where he renounces his name, or he says, like they're saying, like, if you just say that you're guilty, then we'll let you go to prison, maybe. But they're like pressing him. They're putting like heavy rocks on his chest.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I will never renounce my name. And then he dies.
Shit.
Because I guess the one thing he didn't want to do is renounce his name.
Yeah, fair enough. I'd hate to renounce my name.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't want to bear false witness? I think that's what it was really all about, bearing false witness. He didn't want to, like, you know, he knew what the truth was, and he didn't want to go along with the mass hysteria lie.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think he might have been fucking one of the girls. I can't remember. Maybe that's what it was.
That's pretty intense. Just fucking all the girls.
Well, you know, I made it sound cheap, but I think it might have been like, because it was the 1700s or whatever. They might have been like in a romance, and then, but it got found out, and she, you know, I don't know.
What wouldn't you do?
What wouldn't I do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I find as time goes on that black and white things turn more and more gray. There are things that I do now I was going to say on the rug, but daily that I would have disgusted me even a week ago.
Yeah, I feel the same way. There's
Really?
like lots of black and white. Yeah, there's lots of black and white things now that have turned grey. Like, I think there's more, like, because you're older than me, right? So you'll probably notice it more growing up.
I am older than you.
And like, your life would have been way different, like 20 years ago.
It was.
Like, we're in like
it was much slower.
Yeah. And everything
Nathan?
just feels fast.
What?
Everything feels faster now. It's real. Yeah.
It does. You mean just in the past couple of weeks, or?
Yeah, past couple of weeks.
Nathan, who is the strongest person you know?
The strongest person I know. Jesus, I'm trying to think. Like, physically or mentally?
Well, I guess it's open to your own interpretation, but
okay. I think everyone I know is pretty strong at some point. Everyone I've met.
that's a bit of a bullshit answer. What, like, who's the strongest physical person you know?
You're the strongest physical person I know. Shit, I don't know. I guess I want to say Garrett, but I don't know how much he can lift.
I don't know, like Garrett's a little bit. Well, I guess it depends on who you know. Garrett's, yeah.
Like,
goes to the gym
Nick Mohi can lift a lot though, so maybe Nick.
Yeah, he's wiry. I worked with this guy at the Caltech station at university, who was the number 3 ranked bodybuilder in the South Island, and his legs were like tree trunks.
Shit.
That guy was a fucking monster. And then when in Wellington, I lived across the courtyard from the guy who was the bodybuilder, and he got done for importing all those drugs, and then he died of hepatitis in prison.
Shit,
that guy. And he was so fucking massive, like he couldn't touch his collar and stuff, so he had to have his girlfriend tie his like buttons up.
Was that the Mighty 10 dude?
No. Well, I think they called him like Mr. Olympia or something.
Okay, shit. I'm trying to think who else I know that's pretty strong. That can lift a lot. Shit. David Chorus used to be lift like
he was a Commonwealth weightlifter.
Do you know like how far he made it?
I think he was going to go to the Commonwealth Games, but then he like tore his hamstring or something.
Okay. Shit.
I'm just making that up.
He must be physically strong.
I think his body shape has definitely changed like over the years.
Yeah.
And I remember he used to have some pretty serious legs. And like sometimes he'd like flex and say like, hit me in the buttock as hard as you can. And then you'd like get it like hitting a brick or a stone wall.
I was watching the what's his name? UFC guy and comedian podcast, Joe Rogan podcast.
Joe Rogan, yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to that podcast and talking about Ralphie May.
Jamie, bring up a clip of Joe Rogan. Yeah. Ralphie May.
Yeah. And how like Ralphie May like has those big fat dude legs.
He
But I
probably
got
did.
them
Yeah.
as well. Like my legs are pretty freaking strong because of
Okay.
carrying around
Oh, I
this
see. Because you have
my
to
weight.
carry around your own weight.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Hmm. Well, Nathan, are there any chances that you wish you had taken? What are some things that you like? Do you have any missed opportunities that you think about?
um, trying to think. Do I have any missed opportunities that I have taken? Um,
Do you feel like you grab the bull by the horns more often than not?
I don't know. Like I had the opportunity to move to Wellington before coming to Christchurch, and I guess sometimes I think I should have moved to Wellington. Um,
I like Wellington a lot.
yeah, yeah, I do too. Um, but then again, I kind of like being in Christchurch, and doing comedy here is really fun, and I've enjoyed it, and I've been able to meet lots of different and cool people.
Hmm. Fantastic. And speaking of that, how many of your friends, Nathan, would you trust with your life? Do you have any friends that you trust with your life?
Um, a few people,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like
What
one or
does
two.
what does trusting someone with your life mean?
Um, just trust them to like being able to talk to them and like share secrets that they wouldn't tell anybody.
Okay.
Like if I killed someone and I was like,
Oh
"Hey
really?
man, I killed someone," can you?
Yeah, I guess if they tell that secret, then your life is going to be very different.
Yeah.
Assuming that the the killing that you did was like you weren't going to be found out some other way. It would just be inevitable if they told someone, you know?
Yeah, it'd be kind of like weird.
What would be weird?
Like if they told someone and you're like, "You mean to be my best friend," and they're like,
Yeah, but you're
"Nah."
meant to not kill people. You know, I think if it comes to the point where you're killing people, then maybe you need to step back and admit to yourself that you need some help, Nathan.
Yeah, yeah, I
Is
guess
it
you're
really
right
is it
there.
really the best thing for you if you just keep on killing people and running wild in your murderous spree?
Uh,
Maybe
yeah,
for you, but
you're
not for
right.
the people you're killing.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you're right. But also, like, okay, to be honest, though, like I did mention earlier, the furthest I'll go is not killing someone. So
He did say that. He did say that he wouldn't kill
yeah,
someone.
you can go back and like rewind the podcast
I'm
to
pretty sure that
verify
wasn't
that.
in the video, but and it was probably when no one else was here. But no, I'll give you that, Nathan. But what about if you were mean to someone, which you also said you wouldn't do?
I'll never mean to anyone.
I feel like the difficulty is that sometimes like two people can have differing but valid priorities, and then just the interplay of those different priorities can lead to situations where people get hurt
Yeah,
through no malice of
I feel you.
on the other party, and that's
Um,
that's where it gets tricky.
yeah, it does kind of get tricky, especially like when someone's trying to, especially if someone's being mean to you, and
Or you feel like they're being mean to you,
yeah, and you get enraged or angry.
enraged.
Um,
I feel like yeah, it's easy to get swept up in the heat of the moment,
yeah,
and I think that's where like a lot of that turn the other cheek stuff maybe helps
yeah,
because
yeah,
otherwise you're just throwing fuel on the fire, you know.
yeah. He who casts
Laughs last,
stone,
laughs
uh,
hardest. What
yeah,
were you gonna say?
uh,
Huh?
that stone one. He who has
Oh,
not sinned.
yeah. Throw the
Uh,
first stone. That he is without sin should throw the first stone.
yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that people don't really pay attention to. There's some okay rules in there.
yeah.
but they're not the cool ones. You know, they're the
No.
ones that take a bit of self-restraint and some work to do.
Yeah.
Nathan, I think it's fair to say that you would describe yourself as a comedian. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
In
How
the
would you
context
describe yourself?
myself,
Yeah.
just a man with a podcast who likes to eat lunch.
Fair
What?
enough. I think I'll describe myself as a writer who tries to write funny stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You see yourself more as like more of a writing person than a delivery person?
No, I don't.
See
I
yourself
just
more as a
did that
delivery
so much.
person than a writing person?
Yeah, I think I'm made stronger telling like telling stage telling stuff on stage than I am writing stuff down.
Okay. I do feel like sometimes when we're writing stuff, I'll be like, oh yeah, and then when I see you do things on stage, I'll be like, I'm surprised at where you've arrived at, given what I saw you doing in the writing. So it's you make some interesting zigs and zags and leaps. It's
Thank you.
you got a few tricks up your sleeve. You got a
I did
few.
that. I've been doing this thing at the moment. There's like a group that ruminated me to called How to Be a Comedian.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
put me on as well, and
With that bald guy.
yeah. That looks like Dan Brader, but not Dan Brader.
Okay.
And he did this like 30-day writing challenge, and I kind of got some good stuff from that.
Put him up on Facebook. How to Be a Comedian. The group.
Yeah. It's also a like thing. I also got his writing lessons as well. That I got
Okay.
for free.
And so, what day are you on now?
We're finished now.
Okay.
I'm on day 50.
What was your favorite day?
I don't know. I think they're all. My favorite day was when they got us to write like something like a joke that we've been struggling to write, and then lots of other people comment on it and try to make it better.
Oh, right on.
Next day, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another favorite one is when they got people to write 3 premises, and then they got people to like comment on 2 different guys' premises and try to write something for one of the premises.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sort of like the thing that Aaron and Jeff did, like where you write material for other people.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
And like, what does success look like for you in comedy? What are your like comedy goals?
I really thought about it. I guess like short-term goal would be to do Wellington Fringe. I haven't done that yet, and I guess that's a short-term goal for me. A long-term goal would be to like move to America or England and do comedy over there.
Oh yeah. Like Cam.
And yeah, like Cam, and do like Edinburgh Fringe. Edinburgh, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah.
What appeals to you about America or England?
I think there's like more opportunities for comedy over there.
Mm-hmm. So
and also more like people to help out and bigger names.
True.
And it makes you strive more to do, because there's like more people over there, right? So you're striving more to like become a real comedian.
Yeah. It's like a bigger pond, and you think the competition drives you to up your game?
Yeah. In here, there's not really much of a big pond unless you go to Auckland or something. But like even then, like the ponds still smaller than over in like America or England.
Yeah, I wonder if like you might think like, oh, the whoever you think the bigwigs in Christchurch are, you also know them like
Yeah,
at a personal level, and so maybe that takes away some of their mystique, you know?
yeah, for sure. I think because like when you do like comedy in Christchurch, uh, you kind of get to know everyone pretty quickly,
Yeah,
especially over like a month or maybe 2 months of doing comedy. Um, and then in Auckland, like it might take a year to get to know everyone, but
and in England and the America, you might never get to know everyone.
yeah, exactly because like you're on this different bill and you know,
Hmm.
and plus they're moving constantly, which is kind of like I guess like yeah, I guess you're right though about the mistakes thing, like because you kind of get to know everyone, especially in like Christchurch. Um, get to know everyone pretty quickly on like a personal, uh, not a personal level, but like a more friend
Yeah,
type level.
it's sort of like that with Toastmasters as well, where when I joined Toastmasters, I thought, well, this is going to give like experience in public speaking, but like the club that I'm in is very friendly, and you get to the stage where it's not very frightening to speak in front of them.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone's trying to be very encouraging, and you get to know people, and so it's very different from like saying things to a crowd of strangers or saying things to people you know.
yeah. I feel
Especially
that.
because I'm like very I get very worried about what people are thinking about what I'm saying, and so like with people you know and with friends, it's easier to either think that they are on the same wavelength of you or know where you're going with stuff. Whereas with strangers, it's a lot easier to think like, ooh, maybe they hate me and they think that what I'm saying is stupid,
Yeah,
which can leads me to sometimes like go into a downward spiral.
I feel that some ways, especially like when doing comedy to like big rooms, um, or like big theaters, kind of
You
like
get that
get
one
real.
person who's
But like
sitting
not
there
only
all
that,
angry.
like when you like do comedy in front of like strangers, you kind of get nervous and you're like, are these people gonna enjoy it? Um, they didn't enjoy this bit, and you're like trying to like, which is why like when you first when you got the bullet spot, it's real hard to do well because you don't know what the audience are into. Um, and then like the third and fourth person do way better than the first guy because they've seen people do material about this and to like audiences into dark stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Although I don't know. Yeah, it's tricky. I think like people like most stuff as long as you can appear confident in that you like it and that you're telling them because you think they'll enjoy it.
yeah,
But it's definitely yeah. I've had that experience where like you're I'm going to do this and that, and then you get into your head and like they don't like this. I should do something else. Normally
and
goes
then you
badly.
go up and do it anyway, like, and then you kill it. Um,
Oh no, I haven't had that experience. How does that feel?
um, pretty good. I've done it before where I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't do that. And I went up and did it and did pretty well. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, they're into this. Don't know what happened to other guys. But yeah. Um, shit, no. But that Mystique thing is pretty interesting though, because like I know if you can like I think I've met most of the comedy scene in Christchurch now. Um, and like there's some people who don't do it as much anymore as they used to.
Hmm.
Um, I think kind of have that mistake on like some of the younger competition. Um, Like I'm missing Derek Flores doing stuff.
Yeah,
We'll
me
just
too.
think we'll just think it's cool because like whenever he comes back, he's still got that mystique,
Yeah,
especially to like the younger comedians who like just started, who like read his resume and go, "Fuck, he's like amazing."
yeah, yeah. Or like Dan Bain,
Dan Bain.
another person who sometimes does comedy but not very often.
Yeah, I thought he like fell off the rails and was just doing court theater stuff.
Well, who knows?
Shay Hooray, he
Yeah,
does some stuff.
yeah. Well, and especially like Shay and people who are perhaps more normally comedy adjacent, like Shay does Rubber Band Boy and like Mullet Man and that sort of stuff. People who are kind of like coming at it from the buskers venue or coming at it from like the burlesque sort of stuff. I think it's sad
Yeah.
that that I don't get to interact with those people a bit more often.
I've done burlesque show before. Last year.
Was it nice? Was it a good mixing?
Yeah, it was real different from like I did that like Divisions Festival last year.
Oh, yeah.
And it was pretty cool. I was like they're like celebrating like mad lives and depression and stuff, which is pretty cool. Um and like I remember I was real nervous because I've never like been to a show like that before and I was the only comedian on the lineup.
Yeah.
And so you don't really know many people.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, there's no comedians. How do I know what people are gonna like? Like, and you're just like going through the motions and like, there's no one to talk to. I'm nervous and all this other shit.
I think
And
it's
then,
really good to do, different stuff like that and kick yourself out of your comfort zone.
yeah, totally. And then like, my flatmates now, Nick and Chloe, who are probably down below, or in their room. I don't know where they are. Came along and like, because Nick and Chloe usually come a lot of comedy gigs, and so like they came along and they kind of like made a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Nick's a juggler, right?
Yeah. He's taught me how to juggle. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yeah.
I saw you were throwing your stress ball around before.
Yeah.
Do you have 3 stress balls?
They're not stress balls. They're like proper juggling balls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So back up and show us what you got.
Back up. Okay. Hold up. Let's see how I can put this on there. Let's see. Can you see me?
I can see like your chest.
Okay, cool. Wait. Now, I might take my headphones out.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, juggling for your pleasure, Nathan Hedley. Oh,
Shit.
It's not too bad. You got like a full cycle done. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Nice. That's good. He's putting. All right, I'll say it again. Good. That was good, Nathan. Like you got 10 full cycles. How long have you been practicing for?
Half a year.
Oh, okay. It's like, I just started like yesterday. Do you like somewhere you do in one hand?
Not yet. I've been trying to do that, but it's real hard.
It is.
Can you juggle?
Yeah. I don't have anything around here. We had a guy stay at my house when I was younger who had written a book on juggling that came with some juggling balls. And another lady who worked with my mother for a while, whose name was Karen the Hat, and she could juggle.
Shit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
She always wore a hat. That's why her name was Karen the Hat.
Karen the hat, like Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, I guess so. But it wasn't Karen in the hat.
It was
It was Karen the
Karen
hat.
the Hat. Okay.
Kind of reductive, but they were simpler times. Nathan,
Yeah. Hello.
it's 12:20. I'm feeling that maybe we should end this on the big finale of you juggling.
I already juggled. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what I mean. Shall we wrap up lunching with Shen, and then
Yeah.
until 3 o'clock we can just chat. All right. Well, I've finished my lunch. I've got a clean plate.
It's not really
Nathan,
that clean. You got a banana on it.
yeah, well, I'm not going to eat the banana peel. It's just the peel, Nathan. The peel has no appeal to me. Oh shit. All right. And you didn't have any lunch because we started at about 1:30.
Yeah, I was smart enough and I ate my lunch at
But
discreet lunchtime.
do you feel like you've had lunch with Shen?
Yeah, I feel like I've had lunching with Shen.
You've had luncheon with Shen? Right
Yeah.
on. Well, in that case, until next time, viewers, stay hungry. And now all right, there, no, where, how did that one? Okay. And then in that case, until next time, viewers, stay hungry.